My beloved soul, before we begin this message today, I want you to take a deep breath and open your heart to receive what heaven has prepared for you. This is not a coincidence that you are listening right now. It is not a random video you stumbled upon. It is a divine message written for your spirit. God has been speaking to your heart in quiet ways, and today He wants to confirm something powerful. Someone is asking God to marry you. But before you rush to understand what this means, God says prepare your heart. Before we dive in, my dear soul, if this message touches you, if it awakens something within you, if you feel that divine pull in your spirit, I invite you to subscribe right now. Join this growing family of faith, where every word spoken is sent to heal your wounds, strengthen your faith, and remind you that heaven has not forgotten your name. Now listen closely. You may not see it, but someone has been praying for you. Someone has been on their knees, not asking for riches, not asking for fame, but asking God for a soul that looks like you. They have seen your light even when you could not see it yourself. They have felt a spiritual connection to your energy, your essence, your kindness, your quiet strength. They do not know your name yet, but their prayers are already touching the gates of heaven. God says this is not just a random attraction. This is divine preparation. The person who has been asking for you in prayer is not looking for a momentary love. They are looking for a covenant. They are asking God to bless them with a partner who will walk with them through purpose, through pain, through patience, and through prayer. And that person is you. But before God unites you, He is saying, prepare your heart. Because the love you have been waiting for is not an ordinary love. It is a love that will carry weight. It is a love that will be tested, refined, and purified. It is a love built in divine timing, not human desire. It is a love that will not rush, but it will root itself in trust, in faith, and in spiritual maturity. There is someone somewhere right now who whispers your description in prayer. They may not know your voice, your laugh, or your story, but their spirit has been aligned to yours since the beginning of time. God planted your name in their destiny long before either of you were born. You were written as part of their story before they even took their first breath. That is why nothing has ever felt settled in your heart with anyone else. That is why every relationship that was not meant for you eventually crumbled. Because heaven had already reserved your heart for someone who would honor it, not break it. My beloved soul, God says, I am working behind the scenes. He is not just preparing someone for you. He is preparing you for someone. There is a process happening inside of you that is deeper than what you can see. You have been learning to love in the absence of love. You have been learning to stand when no one stood beside you. You have been learning patience, endurance, and emotional strength. These are not wasted seasons. They are divine training grounds for what is coming. Someone is asking God to marry you, but before heaven can release that person into your life, God wants to make sure your heart is ready to receive them. Because you cannot receive divine love while still bleeding from past pain. You cannot build a covenant if your spirit still clings to fear, doubt, and comparison. You cannot love someone divinely if you still carry wounds from those who mishandled your heart. So right now, God is taking you through the gentle work of healing. You might not understand why you feel alone, why certain people disappeared, or why certain doors closed. But God says, I am removing the distractions that could block your blessing. I am clearing your path so that when the right person appears, your heart will not be burdened by what used to hurt you. Someone is praying for you to be their partner, their spouse, their peace, and heaven is preparing you to be their answered prayer. Listen carefully, beloved. There is a difference between being available and being ready. You can be available to love but not ready to love divinely. Being ready means you have learned the language of patience. It means you know how to pray through storms instead of walking away. It means you know how to forgive without carrying bitterness. It means you can recognize love not by words, but by consistency, character, and presence. God is shaping your heart for that. He is teaching you how to be gentle but strong, how to lead with peace but stand with truth, how to love without losing yourself. The reason your process feels long is because the promise is weighty. God is not giving you an ordinary partner. He is giving you a destiny partner. Someone who will not just love you but grow with you. Someone who will not just touch your body but cover your spirit. Someone who will not just desire you but pray with you and for you. Heaven says this connection will be divine, not rushed, not forced, not born from confusion. It will be the kind of love that carries calmness. When you meet them, something in your spirit will rest. You won't have to chase, perform, or prove yourself. You will just know, because the peace of God will fill your heart. But before that moment comes, God says, prepare your heart. Because the person who is asking God to marry you is not perfect, but they are growing too. They are learning to be faithful, to be patient, to trust God's timing just as you are. They are also going through tests that are teaching them humility and spiritual maturity. God is working in both of you separately, so that when your paths finally align, there will be no chaos, only confirmation. My dear one, this waiting season is sacred. Do not rush what God is perfecting. Every tear you cried, every night you questioned if you were unworthy of love, every time you wondered why others found love while you remained alone, all of it was shaping you. You were being refined into the version of yourself that can hold a covenant, not just a connection. You see, God does not want to give you someone who will love you only for a season. He wants to give you someone who will love you through every season. Someone who will stand when life tests your faith. Someone who will hold your hand when the world feels heavy. Someone who will see your worth when you feel invisible. Someone who will stay because they prayed for you. That is why he is saying, prepare your heart. This preparation may feel lonely, but it is not punishment. It is protection. God is protecting your future love story from heartbreak that could destroy it prematurely. He is protecting your heart from people who would misuse your loyalty. He is protecting your time from relationships that would only delay your purpose. Someone is asking God to marry you, but heaven's timing is precise. Every moment of waiting is aligning your steps closer to each other. One day soon, without warning, your spirit will feel it. You will meet them not by chance, but by destiny. And the same peace you feel right now as you hear these words will whisper in your soul again. This is the one. Do not think for a moment that you are forgotten. Heaven has your name engraved on the heart of someone who has been praying faithfully. They might not even know who you are yet, but their spirit calls out for you. Their dreams carry glimpses of you. Their prayers are filled with hope for someone who will love them with divine truth. When God brings you together, it will not feel like you are meeting for the first time. It will feel like your souls are recognizing home. It will feel like time stops. It will feel like the universe breathes for a moment, and heaven smiles because two prayers finally touched each other. But until then, let this be your preparation. Release the pain that once defined you. Forgive the ones who didn't see your worth. Let go of resentment, anger, and self-doubt. Make peace with your past so that your heart can make room for what's coming. God says, you are not waiting in vain. You are waiting for something sacred. You are waiting for someone who will not just say, I love you, but will show it in the way they honor you, protect you, and pray for you. You are waiting for someone who sees you through God's eyes, not as a possession, but as a purpose. So do not grow weary in the waiting. The love story that heaven is writing for you will be worth every lonely night, every unanswered question, every tear that fell in silence. Because when it unfolds, you will realize why every delay was divine. God says someone is asking me to marry you, and I am preparing both of you for that holy union. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in the making of something sacred, and when it happens, you will understand why it took time. You will see how everything you went through was molding you into the vessel capable of holding that kind of love. My beloved soul, your story is not over. It is just beginning. Heaven is aligning your destiny with divine timing. Prepare your heart. Guard it with peace. Feed it with faith. Water it with patience. And trust that the one who holds your future has not forgotten what he promised. Someone is asking God to marry you. And soon, your heart will know. Before you leave, remember to subscribe so you never miss the next message that God sends your way. Stay faithful, stay patient, and stay prepared, because heaven is closer to revealing your miracle than you think. There comes a moment in every divine story when heaven decides it is time. Not time by the clock or the calendar, but time according to purpose. It happens quietly, softly, almost like a sunrise that doesn't ask permission to rise. God begins to align the paths of two hearts that have been waiting, healing, praying, and growing in silence. You may wake up one morning with a sudden peace, a sense that something is shifting in the unseen. The heaviness that used to sit on your heart begins to lift. The loneliness that used to echo in your soul begins to fade. Without even realizing it, you are being drawn toward what was always meant for you. This is the moment heaven has been preparing both of you for. The person who has been asking God to marry you has also been going through their own quiet transformation. They have been stretched, molded, humbled, and purified by the same hands that are shaping you. While you were learning how to forgive, they were learning how to be faithful. While you were healing from betrayal, they were learning how to love without fear. While you were surrendering your past, they were surrendering their pride. Every step, every delay, every tear, every prayer, God has been weaving it all into one divine meeting. You will not meet by coincidence. You will meet by destiny. The first encounter will carry a stillness that words cannot describe. It will not be fireworks. It will be peace. You will feel something quiet but deep move inside of you. Your spirit will recognize something your eyes have never seen before. It will not feel like meeting a stranger. It will feel like remembering someone you somehow always knew. That is how the soul responds to divine recognition. It remembers. In that moment, you will not need to perform. You will not need to prove your worth. You will not need to hide your scars. They will see you through the lens of grace, the same way God has seen them. You will speak and they will listen as if your words are familiar songs. You will laugh and something inside both of you will heal. The walls that protected you for years will begin to fall, not because you forced them down, but because peace has finally entered the room. God says this connection will be slow and sacred. It will grow like roots deep before it rises. You will both sense that this is not ordinary. The conversations will flow with purpose. The silence will be comfortable. The presence will be steady. You will notice how prayer naturally becomes a language between you. Without planning, you will begin to speak of the future not in fear but in faith. You will see how everything that once confused you now makes sense. The pain had a purpose. The waiting had a reason. The loneliness had a plan. All of it led you here, to this divine alignment. And yet even in that moment, God will keep whispering, prepare your heart. Because divine love is not built overnight. It is nurtured in patience, watered in understanding, and protected by humility. God will guide both of you to keep Him at the center. He will teach you how to pray for each other before you make promises to each other. He will remind you that a holy union is not about perfection, but about partnership through His grace. The person who once prayed to meet you will now thank God for answered prayer. They will look at you not as an addition to their life, but as a reflection of His faithfulness. They will love you in ways that heal the parts of you that were once afraid to love again. Their touch will not demand, it will reassure. Their words will not flatter, they will build. Their presence will not drain you, it will restore you. And you, beloved, will also find yourself loving differently. You will no longer love out of fear of being left. You will love out of peace, knowing that this is where you are meant to stay. You will no longer overthink every word or gesture. You will no longer try to control the outcome. You will rest in the assurance that what God joins together, no force can separate. In the days after you meet, you will notice divine confirmations. You will see how your prayers begin to echo theirs. You will dream similar dreams. You will find your hearts aligning in values, vision, and purpose. You will notice that God keeps placing you in each other's paths, even when logic says it should be impossible. That is heaven's way of saying this is ordained. Every sign will carry peace, not confusion. Every step will carry clarity, not fear. The love between you will not seek to impress the world. It will seek to please God. It will not demand attention. It will flourish quietly, away from noise, grounded in prayer. The bond will become your safe place, your gentle refuge, your reminder that God still writes beautiful stories. You will see that love was never lost. It was simply delayed until both of you were ready to handle it with holiness. As you grow together, you will begin to understand why preparation was so necessary. Because divine love is heavy with responsibility. It requires patience, selflessness, forgiveness, and humility. It demands that both of you lay down pride to pick up grace. It asks you to listen before reacting, to pray before deciding, to forgive before the enemy sows division. But through it all, you will see the fingerprints of God in every detail. The laughter after prayer, the peace after misunderstanding, the growth after each test, the love that deepens after every storm. This will be the love that doesn't just satisfy emotions, but strengthens purpose. You will become partners in calling, warriors in prayer, builders of light. You will not compete. You will complete. You will not control. You will cover. You will not chase. You will cherish. And people will see your bond and understand that this kind of connection is not of this world. It is born from heaven. There will be nights you both sit together in silence, holding hands, knowing that words could never express the gratitude you feel. There will be mornings you wake up and thank God not for perfection, but for peace. There will be days you face challenges but overcome them because your love is built on prayer, not pride. When God says someone is asking him to marry you, it means this story was written in his timing, not yours. You were always meant to meet when your spirits had matured enough to protect what he was giving you. And when that time came, heaven released both of you into each other's orbit. Now that you are together, your task is to keep preparing your hearts every day. Because preparation never ends, it evolves. Each new season will require a deeper level of trust, a gentler level of love, and a stronger level of faith. But as long as you both keep God in the center, nothing can break what he has built. So walk in love gently. Speak truth softly. Forgive quickly. Pray constantly. Guard the bond with gratitude. And remember, the same God who brought you together will sustain you forever. This is what divine alignment feels like. Not chaos, not confusion, but calm. Not fear, not pressure, but peace. Not constant guessing, but quiet knowing. You have walked through fire and found faith. You have cried through nights and found strength. You have prayed through silence and found peace. Now you are walking into the promise that was always yours. Someone once asked God to send them a soul that would mirror his love, and he chose you. So stand firm, walk humbly, and keep your heart open. Because when heaven writes a story, it does not end. It continues through every heartbeat, every prayer, every day you both choose love again. The waiting is over. The recognition has happened. The covenant is unfolding. And through it all, the whisper remains. Prepare your heart, for love has found you and heaven is smiling. There comes a moment when the soul no longer wonders if it is loved. It simply knows, not because of words, but because of peace. Peace becomes the proof that you have stepped into what heaven has been preparing. This is where you find yourself now. The prayers have met, the waiting has ended, and the story has begun to unfold exactly as God intended. You are walking inside an answered prayer. The one who asked God to marry you is no longer a name in the unseen. They are here. They are breathing the same air, carrying the same faith, walking the same journey toward destiny. You are no longer two lonely hearts calling across distance. You are two spirits walking in the same divine rhythm. Everything around you begins to feel aligned. The confusion that once clouded your heart fades. The anxiety that used to whisper, "Maybe it won't happen," disappears. God's peace fills every gap, every fear, every memory of waiting. You begin to understand why the process took years. You begin to see that every rejection was protection. Every delay was divine construction. Every tear watered the soil of your future. The person who has now entered your life carries the kind of love that makes your heart exhale. They are gentle where the world was harsh. They are consistent where others were careless. They are present where others disappeared. And in their eyes, you see a reflection of God's promise. This union is not built on emotion alone. It is built on faith. It stands on a foundation that was prayed for, fasted for, trusted for. It is not perfect, but it is pure. It is not flashy, but it is faithful. It is not loud, but it is lasting. God says this is more than a marriage of two hearts. It is a joining of two destinies. He has brought you together for purpose. You are not just partners in love. You are partners in calling. Together you will heal what others said was impossible. Together you will bring light where darkness once lived. Together you will restore faith in others who stopped believing in divine love. Your story will not just bless you. It will bless generations. And through it all, you will both keep learning that love is not about perfection, but about presence. Some days will feel like sunlight. Others will feel like rain. But in both, God will remain your anchor. When one of you feels weak, the other will be strong. When one forgets how far you've come, the other will remind them that grace carried you here. When life becomes heavy, prayer will become your language again. God designed this union to glorify Him. It is not a replacement for faith. It is an extension of it. The love between you will make people see God's patience. The peace in your bond will make people believe that divine timing is real. The way you hold each other through challenges will make others understand what true covenant looks like. You will look back one day and smile at how everything made sense. The nights you cried in silence, the mornings you felt invisible, the days you wondered if you were enough. All of it was preparing you for this. You were never waiting for love. You were waiting to become the person who could receive it. And now that you have, God smiles because His purpose has come full circle. The one who once prayed for you now thanks God for you every day. And you who once doubted love now pray with gratitude for what you both share. This is the beauty of divine timing. It arrives when both hearts are ready to honor it. As you walk this new journey together, God will continue to whisper, "Prepare your heart." Because marriage is not an end, it is a beginning. It is another level of preparation, another chapter of growth. Every day will teach you something new about patience, forgiveness, humility, and faith. There will be moments when you will need to remember how you got here. Through grace. Never let that grace fade. Keep the altar of prayer alive between you. When joy overflows, thank God together. When challenges arise, seek Him together. When fear tries to enter, rebuke it together. When distance grows, rebuild it with prayer. The secret to sustaining divine love is to never forget the one who wrote it. This is not just a marriage. It is a ministry. You are both instruments of divine love on earth. Your relationship will heal others just by existing. People will see your patience, your peace, your unity, and they will feel hope again. You will become living proof that waiting on God is never wasted. So walk forward boldly. Step into this new season with humility and gratitude. Hold each other with tenderness. Speak words that build, not break. Choose forgiveness quickly. Choose peace daily. Choose each other faithfully. And when life tests your bond, remember how it began, with prayer. Someone once knelt before God and said, "Lord, send me someone whose heart beats with yours." And that prayer reached heaven's throne. God listened, God prepared, God aligned, and now that someone stands before you, and you are living inside that answered prayer, you will not need to prove your love to the world. The way you carry each other through storms will speak louder than any declaration. The way you honor each other will preach louder than any sermon. The way you both reflect God's light will inspire others to believe that divine love still exists. Heaven says this story is sealed. It will not be shaken. What God joins, no human can separate. What God blesses, no storm can destroy. What God ordains, no delay can deny. And even years from now, when your hair turns silver and your hands grow wrinkled, you will still hold each other and remember how God kept His promise. You will remember the prayers, the waiting, the tears, the faith, and you will smile knowing it was all worth it. Because when God writes a love story, it never fades. It grows deeper with time. When He joins two souls, they do not complete each other. They become one. When He blesses a marriage, it carries the fragrance of eternity. So keep preparing your heart, not because you are waiting anymore, but because divine love deserves a heart that keeps growing. Let your heart be soft, grateful, and full of grace. Let your love remain kind, slow to anger, rich in compassion. Let your union always be a reminder that miracles still happen. God says, "The one who asked me to marry you has now become your answered prayer." Protect this blessing. Honor it, cherish it. Walk in it with humility and joy. This is the fulfillment of divine timing. This is the miracle of two souls finding each other when heaven says now. This is not just love. This is purpose wrapped in promise. This is your forever unfolding under God's hand. And as heaven watches, it smiles, because you have become living proof that faith never fails, that love never dies, and that God's timing is never late. Prepare your heart, beloved. For the rest of your life, you are walking inside the prayer someone once whispered to God. And that is the most beautiful love story ever written.